Welcome to Secrets of the Stars, where we explore the ancient knowledge of astrology, decode your unique blueprint, and unveil how the wisdom of the sky contributes to your life. I'm your host, Abby Lutis, astrologer, mentor, and sky guide. It's time to embark on a cosmic adventure of self-discovery and understanding why you are the way you are. Let's dive in. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Secrets of the Stars. I'm so excited to be back in here with you to share all about the astrology of April. And I would have hoped that I was going to get a few more episodes in this month, but it has been a busy month, and I'm sure you can all agree with that. We've had a lot going on with the eclipses and the retrogrades and planets shifting signs and this dance that we call astrology. So I'm going to dive into April's astrology in a moment, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what I've been up to. I finished up on a beautiful house sit where I was kind of a little bit north of Perth, and it was really beautiful to spend some time up there. I have been working a lot over on Rottnest Island. It's still very hot here in Perth. It's the end of March and I think it's about 38 degrees today. So we are coughing it here, let me tell you. But I'm actually about to head over to the Gold Coast for the Masters Australian Surf Lifesaving Championships. I've had a few ups and downs with my Achilles niggles, but I think I'm on track and I'm really excited. I'm going to be just heading over there, having a bit of fun. So I'm really looking forward to the upcoming trip. Believe it or not, I am actually flying on the solar eclipse. So wish me luck. I'm going to be keeping my fingers crossed. I wanted to let you know as well, I've been working on a new integration on my website where you can actually download a copy of your natal chart. So you can simply search for Abby Lutis chart calculator, or I'll drop the link in the show notes. And you can get your natal chart. You can download it for free. If you're interested in learning more, I actually have a couple of reports that I have hooked up in there, which I have created for you. You can download them instantly. Essentially, it's your natal chart, a report about your natal chart. I've got my big three report, but also the full astrology report on your natal chart, which is probably nearly 40 pages long. So they're incredible resources if you're diving deeper into your chart. Now, I'm recording this at the very end of the month, and Venus is actually about to retrograde back into Pisces, which I think is going to be a really nice energy. And we're approaching the Venus-Neptune conjunction as I'm recording this, but we are deep in this retrograde energy. So please forgive me if I slip on my words. I definitely have been finding that has been happening for me. Over on my tours, I offer commentary of Rottnest Island. I'm pretty much speaking all day in my job, and I just have noticed during this Mercury retrograde that I have been mixing up my words. So I'm going to do my best to stay focused for this episode. So let's jump in, and I just want to do a bit of a recap on March because it has been a really big month. We've been in this retrograde season with Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. We're in between eclipses right now as I'm recording this. This is big, dynamic, full-on energy. It's probably the biggest month of the year, astrological month of the year. But we're here to talk about April, and but I just had to acknowledge that this energy of March, it's probably been a lot for some people. Now, as we close out March, we have Neptune entering Aries, which is the biggest astrological event this year. And essentially, Neptune only changes signs perhaps every 15 or so years. And so we've never sort of seen this energy ourselves, us humans here. We have experienced this energy on the planet maybe some 128 years ago, but all of us here, this is going to be a new experience. Now, I believe Neptune in Aries is all about like dreaming of new beginnings. What is the vision that you have, and how can you pioneer this creative new path where you can blend imagination and action? This to me is real spiritual warrior energy. It's about awakening our desires and fighting for what we want, encouraging individuals to pursue their dreams and go after what they really want and what is their higher purpose. I also think it's going to be about dissolving ego, because Neptune's influence in Aries could, dissolve that illusion of independence and reveal a deeper, more interconnected nature of the self and the individual, which is kind of like pushing for this balance between the self-interest, the self-understanding, and the collective vision. So we're really only seeing the first snippets of this energy, and it's going to build throughout the year whilst Neptune transits through Aries. But let's jump into April. And I want to start first by showing you the energy of April in the chart. So I'm going to share my screen here. Here we are, April 2025. And you can see up here, we have all these planets in this kind of one area. Pretty much all the planets. We've got Pluto out here, Mars out here, Jupiter, Moon, and Uranus, but a lot of these planets here. You can see Neptune here at 0 degrees has just moved into Aries. We have the Sun in Aries. I hope you had a wonderful start to the astrological new year. It has been a lot, let me tell you. And we've got Mercury and Venus here in retrograde in Pisces, and they're going to be finishing up their retrograde stories as we move through April. So we have this concentration of energy over Aries and Pisces. Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, Aries being the very first sign of the zodiac. This is really about endings, okay? Maybe things that have not been clear with a lot of this Pisces energy, because it can be elusive, it can be unclear. But then moving into Aries, which is just this go getting energy where we want to just get started, ready, fire, aim, and charge forward. And that's what this big shift is about this year, as all these outer planets, not only Neptune, but later we'll see Saturn move into Aries and have this undertone of new beginnings. So that is how we start off the month. And we do have a really strong outer planet transit that happens on the Saturday, the 5th of April. And that is when Saturn makes a sextile to Uranus. Now, this outer planet transit really helps us find stability, tap into innovation and opportunities, and make meaningful change in a really practical way. So it's giving us a chance to break free from old traditions, which is Saturn, and structures, and build new ones that align with our visions and our goals. So we can definitely see this playing out in a collective vision where we're on the edge of, all this new technology, advancements with AI, advancements with travel. You can feel that we are on the very edge, and this transit is going to be supporting it. Outer planet transits like this don't come along every day. The last time we saw this was back in 1997, and the next time we'll see it won't be until 2038. So while this energy is happening on the 5th of April, this date and this transit, that's the date it's going to be exact. Don't be surprised if you feel this energy hanging around at the start of the month, because these outer planets, they move slowly and they take their time and they build up. This is just the very exact, the peaking of this energy. So we can use this energy by creating long-lasting and meaningful change, by blending structure and innovation and establishing solid foundation for new ideas or new ventures. We can lean into being flexible and staying open to things that are unexpected, to opportunities that might show up. And while maintaining a sort of steady, grounded approach. That's the Saturn influence. This is a harmonious transit. So it's a time to reinvent old systems so that we can feel aligned with current day times, right? It's getting rid of the things things that are outdated, that are old, that we are not utilizing first. And, tapping into the technology and the things that we have access to now in this modern day. So use this energy to modernize outdated routines, habits in practical, manageable ways, however that looks like for you. Just think of it this way. There simply might be a better way of doing something you've already done. With all this technology available to us, what is it that you can use to streamline your day? Now, this transit happens with some influence with Mars, because on this day, Mars is also making a sextile, a harmonious transit to Uranus, and it's making a trine, another harmonious aspect to Saturn. So it's like there's increased energy, there's increased enthusiasm to support this. It's about motivation and taking risks, and taking those risks in order to make progress towards your goals. So it's a great time to come up with those unconventional solutions and charge forward with them. And with a little bit of effort, you can explore those new opportunities. You can start the things, you can take advantage of this energy and the things that are coming your way. Now, Saturn's influence, again, will support this energy with Mars. It'll help ground in structure, and Saturn can be hard energy, but I think this trine is more harmonious than anything. So I think our energy is going to be high. It's going to be a good time if you're looking to take a bit of risk, to take decisive action, to get things done. Use this energy because there is good momentum behind it, and shed what no longer serves you, especially when it comes to your purpose, and when it comes to your energy. Use your energy for what truly matters. Then we move into some really beautiful transits on Sunday, the 6th. We have the Sun making a sextile to Jupiter, and this is a great day to have fun. Basically, you want to call in opportunities, call in expansion for your soul, call in abundance. Jupiter, the planet of fortune, is making a harmonious angle with the Sun, which is our vital force. So it's going to be a really great day. It's going to be joyful. It's going to be abundant. Celebrate yourself, your radiance, your vitality, and just have a great day. Venus is also making a trine to Mars. Now, Venus is still in retrograde, but this is a harmonious transit. We saw this back on the 26th of January, and we're going to see it again on the 22nd of May. Now, there's a lot of this energy in April where we're kind of in the middle of a story. So think back to these timelines, and you want to think back to January and, what kind of things were unfolding then in areas of potentially love, relationships, connection, sexual energy. That's what Venus and Mars can be about in this harmonious angle. So this is the middle of the story. Venus is still retrograde, so we will see things unfold as we get towards the end of May. But ultimately, this transit can heighten sex appeal and sexual appetite. It could be like an awakening towards something or someone that you are attracted to. Venus is kind of going back to rethink all of this. So it could even be someone coming back into your life, or something you thought you were done with, but now this idea is coming back, or this person is coming back, or you have to go back and rethink something. That's what these retrogrades can bring up for us. Alternatively, you could feel like a strong desire to act in the direction of your values, and feeling drive and ambition towards something that you love, but you might not be ready to step into it just yet with Venus in retrograde. So again, rethink, what do you need to recover? There is still a bit of time as this plays out. Then we jump into the second week, and on the 7th, we have a lot going on and some welcome energy for sure, because Venus retrograde makes a conjunction to Saturn and Mercury stations direct. So again, with this Venus energy, we saw this in mid-January, and we're going to see it again at the end of April. Venus and Saturn together can be positive. Venus is a positive energy, but in retrograde, she might not have the upper hand. So you might notice, that you need to have more boundaries when it comes to relationships or love or money, or that this is just bringing another level of maturity to your relationships or to your feminine energy. It could feel sticky with Venus in retrograde, but it is ultimately for our highest and best. So see what is coming up. Know that this could be hard energy and embrace it. And let's see what unfolds as we get to the end of April and we see this transit happening again. Mercury Stations Direct. Oh, thank goodness. And this is going to be really nice. I think a bit more freedom when it comes to all this retrograde energy. We will start to feel like we can communicate more clearly, that technology might feel quite a little bit more easy, that you have maybe not as much going on in your mind. Now, it's not going to pick up as quickly as we might think because Mercury is not really in a good place in Pisces, let me say. It's not its strong place. Mercury is detail oriented, while Pisces is sort of about more creativity and imagination, mental kind of health, and these types of topics is what it's what Pisces cover off. So it might still feel a little bit confusing, but let me tell you, Mercury is making its dash for Aries now, where it's going to feel a little bit bigger. Anchor into this energy of a bigger picture, a bigger vision. That's what Pisces can help us see. Is it can help us imagine, it can help us to dream big. So this could be a beautiful ending of this Mercury retrograde. Then on Tuesday, we see Venus making a sextile to Uranus. And again, this is another one of those long-term themes. But we saw this back on the 27th of January, and we'll see it again at the end of April, the 21st of April. This is positive energy, though. It's a day where things pop up out of the blue, maybe an unexpected date, romance, maybe even money dropping in with Venus involved here. Just a little bit of effort. You could see something unexpected that's pleasurable drop into your life, a bit of fun, a bit of flirtatiousness. Maybe the key thing to know here is to not necessarily, see what comes up, not necessarily dive all the way in. You want to maybe dip your toe in, but with Venus retrograde, there's just a little bit more consideration that we need to have, and know that by the end of, or even by the 21st of April, that this chapter will sort of be coming to complete. So we might have a bit more clarity then. Then on Sunday, the 13th, the Sun makes a conjunction to Chiron. And this energy could be all about new possibilities for healing, for personal growth. You could have a deep understanding of a spiritual or psychological cycle that is happening physically, emotionally. It could be a good day for you to process a cycle or break a cycle with this conjunction. This only really comes along once a year. And, it could just be a fresh new start here with the Sun conjunct Chiron in Aries. So just see what comes up, accept that there could be a cycle that you're breaking. It could be challenging, but ultimately Aries wants to push forward. It wants to grow and move and transform in meaningful ways. So ultimately this could be a new start. Now we also have the full moon in Libra, and we have Venus stationing direct on the 13th. So there's a lot of energy floating around. Now the full moon in Libra, it is ruled by Venus, and Venus will be stationing direct just after this full moon. So she'll still be in retrograde. So it's almost like she's in a stationary position. So there's not really much momentum. So there might be this peaking of energy, but it could feel hard to release with Venus not really moving anywhere, because she's pretty much at a pause, right? So you might see things come up with relationships, with love, with connections. Doesn't have to be romantic relationships. Focus on those that are closest to you and your social connections. Evaluate your current relationships. Seek balance with them. Libra always wants us to have harmony and balance. Focus on self-care. I think this is going to be a nice lunation after all this eclipse energy, but the one at the end of the month with the Taurus new moon, I think, is going to be the one that we can be really looking forward to. Now, this beautiful Venus stationing direct, I think, is going to be a great relief for a lot of people coming out of this mega retrograde season. Now, as Venus stations direct, she'll take a bit of time to get moving, but it is going to ignite transformation when it comes to love, money, and self-worth, and our values as well. The retrograde lessons are going to start to crystallize. You're going to start to get clarity. And, if there is something that has been going on with a relationship here, it's going to start to, you're going to start to see what this whole story is about. It's a time to step into a renewed era for yourself, for abundance, for your heart, and even for your bank account, right? Because Venus has a lot of pull when it comes to money. Embrace this beautiful wisdom and just step onto this path with radiant energy. And I think it's going to be a really nice few weeks after this, because now that Venus is stationed direct, all planets are in direct motion. And this is a beautiful 3-week window with all planets in direct motion. This signature energy is about moving things forward, about progression, about gaining powerful momentum. This energy is really good for new beginnings. We're also in Aries season, so that's got the undertone as well. Fresh starts, opportunities, pushing forward with your goals. This is go time, right? Where do you want to take action? Is it in your physical energy? Is it in a project that you started? What do you want to move forward? This is going to be the time. Now, over the last few years, we have seen larger chunks of time where all planets have been in direct motion. For example, last year we had about a 9-week window, but this year we have a lot of these retrogrades that are overlapping, and we don't have very much time of this all planets direct, right? So this 3-week window, we saw a short 6-day window after Mars stationed direct, but then Venus went retrograde. So this 3-week window is go time, all right? Take the action. Use this opportunity. It's really the only, I'm not saying it's the only time that you can move forward, but it's the powerful energy to move forward with. If you've been waiting on something, it's go time. All right, so then we head into week 3, and on the 16th, Wednesday the 16th, Mercury enters Aries. And this is going to be another nice energy because Mercury is going to build on that Aries season energy. It's well and truly upon us now, with the sun already well and truly moved into Aries. But this energy is shifting into this initiative sign. New conversations are going to flow. Use your mind to engage in areas that are going to motivate you. New projects to start, new ventures, new. It's everything that I'm saying. It's new and moving forward. And, there might be more conversations that are coming up. Take the steps. Just go for it. I think this is going to be really strong, powerful energy. Then Mercury will make a conjunction to Neptune. And again, it's this dance during the retrograde season that we saw with Mercury making a conjunction with Neptune a few times, but this is the first time we've seen this conjunction in Aries. So this might be a new conversation about what Neptune in Aries is really about. Connect to the messages that are coming through and the intuition, because that's likely to be strong today. Trust them. I always say with intuition, you have to trust it. You have to follow it to actually see what is going to unfold. Ensure your communication is clear. Neptune can sometimes make things foggy, but being by water or ocean is going to help integrate anything. I always say that when it comes to matters of Neptune. Then on Friday, we see Mars enter Leo. And this is, I really like this energy. Again, Mars, we had retrograde through Leo back in December of last year. And I think this is going to be another boost of energy with a planet moving into a fire sign. If you haven't been finding things moving slowly, or it's been quite an emotional year because Mars has been in Cancer, then this is going to be welcomed energy. It's going to help you to, again, take action to move forward. This is about being bold. It's about stepping up and showing up for yourself, but also having fun. Go and flaunt that look with Mars in Aries. It wants to be seen. Feel confident, feel the motivation. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to take center stage. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself a little more. Channel this energy because Leo wants to be bold. It wants to be proud, and it wants to express itself. And Mars is all about the physical energy. You might be starting a new fitness regime. It's a time to take that bold action and let your inner light shine brightly for everyone to see. That's what Leo is all about, and I'm here for it. Then on Sunday, we see Taurus season begin. Now, I really am looking forward to this because after all this chaos that we have had in March and April, and planets retrograde and shifting signs and eclipses, Taurus brings the stability. It brings the security. Focus on building the foundation, the things that are going to support you, the simple pleasures in your life. You might feel attracted to being comfortable, doing luxurious things in this season as the sun moves through Taurus. Think about investing time and money into developing your foundation from which you can grow. All right. This is a time where we can find sustainable practices. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It can be very, very stable, the most stable of all of the earth signs. But Taurus season ultimately is promoting us to take slower, more methodical approaches towards what we are doing. All right. It's going to help slow this energy down that has been a firecracker. Mars is also making a trine to Neptune, and this transit can be confusing, but it's likely to be positive, right? Neptune can be confusing. Mars can be aggressive, but in a positive light. I think it's going to be about tapping into your intuition, your dreams, and harnessing that power to take that action. But with the sun moving in Taurus, it might even just be more thoughtful, a little bit more slowed down. Then on Monday, we see Venus make a sextile to Uranus, which we saw back on the 8th of April. I talked about how it was these unexpected love events or romance or money or something. There's this story that's been playing out since the 27th of January. What is that about for you? Is it about money or love or flirtation, relationships, or what is it that's coming in that's unexpected? Lean into the excitement and be open to receiving this final message of this chapter as Venus makes a sextile to Uranus. Mercury also makes a sextile to Pluto on the 21st. So you might gain some new insights or ideas about what a transformation is looking like for you. So tap into the messages coming through conversations, through your mind. It's a good time to journal, to talk it out with a therapist or a friend, put pen to paper, and uncover what is coming through for you and how you can access and use that energy. The tricky energy of the 21st is when the sun makes a square to Mars. And so this energy can be tense, it can feel frustrating, it could feel angry. With all this movement forward, this could be the tension that you might feel like your energy feels drained. Maybe that something isn't moving forward as fast as you would have liked. And with all this energy happening around you, it just might feel frustrating. It might cause you to feel angry. It might cause you to snap out, right? Because you just feel like you can't move forward. So how can you embrace this? You want to calm your temper, go and move your body. Know that this energy is only here for a moment and it will too pass. Then on Thursday, the 24th, there's another tricky aspect because the sun makes a square to Pluto, and this can be uncomfortable where shadow aspects of yourself arise. The sun is our vital force, and Pluto shows us what is underneath the surface, the things that are not in our conscious awareness. It's like the subconscious, right? It's the bringing up all these things that are beneath the surface to be exposed to us. So there could be some tricky energy that comes up, and just even knowing that this can help us be prepared for what is coming here. Then on Friday, the 25th, Venus makes a conjunction to Saturn again. We saw this back on the 7th when Venus was in retrograde, and also back in mid-January. So this is another ending of a chapter when it comes to the relationship piece, having boundaries, having maturity, and maybe there's a newfound feminine energy within you that you are being called to mature into or step into. I think this is a very, maybe it's like you've been pushing to an upper limit to get yourself here. And it's that moment where you step up and you show up and you level up for yourself and your relationships. Then as we sort of come towards the end of the month, we do have another tricky aspect on the 27th, Sunday the 27th, as Mars makes an opposition to Pluto. Again, this is a transit that has been playing out over an extended period of time during Mars's retrograde. We first saw this back on the 3rd of November last year. We saw it again when Mars was in retrograde on the 3rd of January at the beginning of this year. So it's another end to a cycle, okay? So, and Mars, the god of war, opposing Pluto, the god of the underworld, can feel a little polarizing, okay? These guys, this energy, you can see how it's not necessarily going to feel comfortable. Things we might see, secrets exposed that cause deep-seated anger, that cause tensions reach boiling point, things from the underworld are shown to us. It's dynamic tension, but it could also lead to breakthroughs and helping us move through something that we've been trying to personally bust. Now, the underlying energy is going to help us move forward, but know that it could be polarizing. It could be striking at first. Really take care of yourself on this day, the 27th, as we see Mars finish that cycle, making its third opposition to Pluto that started back on the 3rd of November. Now, I'm really looking forward to this beautiful new moon in Taurus happening on the 28th of April. At the end of the month, it happens at 5:31 Melbourne time at 7 degrees Taurus. So if you've got planets or points around this degree point, 7 degrees Taurus, this is likely to impact you. So I'm going to share my screen again and show you what this energy could be looking like for us. So let me just find my chart here with the Taurus new moon, and I will get into it. So let's have a look. Here we go. So you can see down here Taurus and the moon making this conjunction. That's what a new moon is. Now, a Taurus moon is ruled by Venus, and we still have Venus over here in Pisces, which is really nice energy. Venus is exalted in Pisces. She likes being in this position. She has access to the resources that help her do her job. So that's a good thing. The other great thing is that the moon is exalted in Taurus. And so we've got these two planets that are in areas where they're being supported by the energies that they are in. So that is a great sign. And I think it's going to be a really nice, grounded new moon, a time to really slow down and think about the new beginnings. There is a little bit of tension here with this, the moon and the sun. They're kind of separating from this square to Mars and the square to Pluto. So that could be kind of just letting go of something that had been challenging, that's something that came up, so that you can start afresh. Now, Venus here is working towards, or going to be soon making a trine here to Mars again, which we have already seen. And that is really nice, harmonious energy for relationships, for passion, for, igniting so many things. So I think that this ultimately, is going to be really a really beautiful moon. It's the first moon, or it's the first new moon that we're seeing without any of this eclipse energy. And this one is very grounding. We haven't really seen a moon like this since the end of February. So I think it's going to feel pleasant. It's going to be a time where we can focus energy into our lives, our purpose, the path that we want to really travel on, and not be so caught up in all this like fast-paced energy that we're seeing coming in with the planets shifting into Aries. I think it's a great time to rethink your values, just to really surround yourselves with things that feel good, that enhance your senses. Go and eat some beautiful food, wear some nice fabric, or sit on a comfy couch and just indulge for a little bit, because that's what Taurus can sort of be asking us to do. And I think it's going to be a really beautiful way to end the month with that gorgeous, gorgeous Taurus new moon. Oh, I'm so here for it. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I think that this month, when I originally looked at it, I kind of lumped it in with March, but actually it's going to be like the endings of cycles, and we're going to feel, I think, a little bit lighter as we approach the end of Aries. Now, I think Saturn is also going to, I was going to say May also has some shifting of energy. We see Saturn move, another big move. We see Saturn move into Aries as well. So there is a lot going on, but that's it for April. I think it's going to be a really nice end to the month. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've learned something, that you feel a little bit more prepared for April. And if you're interested in checking out your own natal chart, head on down to my website and you can pop all your details in. You can download that chart immediately. There's also some reports that you can purchase if you're interested in diving deeper in, or come and book a reading with me. You can head to my website, abbylutis.com. And until next time, have a wonderful April and keep shining bright. Thank you for joining me on this cosmic journey of self-discovery. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave a review and share it with someone who you think would love it. Keep exploring the secrets of the stars, and remember, the universe has woven a unique story just for you. Until next time, keep shining bright.